Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys, and we are back with yet again another action figure review, at least as of the time of recording this, because I've had a lot of action figure reviews the past couple of days. I don't know if I'm gonna post the next couple of reviews up right away, but I've got a really exciting package here. If you watched the last video, which I did a review on the Ruthless Aggression Shelton Benjamin Elite that came out, I mentioned that I had an Ultimate Edition figure and a Supreme Edition figure on the way. And of course, the Supreme are AEW figures, the Ultimates are WWE for those of you who may not know. But yeah, sadly I don't have the Ultimate Mint on card. But let's try to get this package open on camera. And if I can't, oh well, I'll just pause the video real quick. Ooh, I just don't want to use a knife and end up damaging the figure on the inside because I don't know how well it's wrapped up in there. Yeah, let me just open it off camera and I shall explain the little story behind this and why I bought it. And yeah, I'll be right back. Alrighty, I got him out of the package. I kind of realized I was opening the package a little weird. But yeah, it's got eBay wrapping on it, which is kind of funny. Or well, eBay tape, which like I said, kind of funny. I don't know if you can tell who it is inside of the bubble wrap, but I got this figure fairly cheap. Not mock, sadly, but I don't need it mock when I'm gonna end up opening it to review it. And I got this for $25 max with shipping and all that stuff. So I was really happy to get this Ultimate Edition AJ Styles. You'll see the little sticker here. It says Big P Brain because I use my PlayStation Network name for most of my accounts on eBay and stuff like that. But yeah, I got this on Whatnot, and it was my first time ever ordering from Whatnot. And this guy had a couple of loose figures up on his auction. This was one of them, and he had it listed for $19 with shipping and handling, of course, not included. I had to pay extra on the shipping and handling, hence why it went from like 19 to 25 in total. But it was my first time ever getting stuff in an auction, and man, I am very excited to get this review going and on its way. I've never seen an AJ Styles jacket like this before, and it makes me happy because we finally get a posable hood that doesn't have to be ripped off, like plugged into the jacket, ripped out, and plugging in a new piece just to get the hood up. It's nice to actually see the hood be posable. But let me get that, all the accessories off of him, and then we can go over the accessories and go over the figure itself. Alrighty, you guys, getting into the AJ Styles Ultimate Edition accessories, he comes with two different interchangeable heads on top of the head sculpt that's already on the body. He also comes with two extra interchangeable hands, including, not including the ones that are already on the body. And then he comes with the cloth t-shirt, well, more or less tank top because it doesn't have any sleeves on it, which I like that addition to it. And then the hoodie. And the hoodie being the rubber material for the jacket itself, but then having the hood that's actually posable and you can mess with it. It's really nice. I wish all AJ Styles jackets would be like that from here on out, but I highly doubt we'll ever see that again unless he gets another Ultimate Edition. But looking at some of the detail on these head sculpts, This is supposed to be like him flying midair, phenomenal forearm, and the hair detail is crazy here. It kind of looks like a backward Super Saiyan, if I'm gonna be honest with you. It's fun. It's a nice little detail that they didn't really need to give us. This head sculpt, I want to say we've seen it plenty of times on other AJ Styles Elite figures. Oh, I almost thought there was like a little chunk missing off of the beard. Was there? No, I was just seeing things. Okay. But yeah, so far I'm really digging this Ultimate Edition figure and its accessories. Getting a little bit more in-depth look at the jacket. You've got all these silver little like dot details. I don't know if those are supposed to be like little jewels or if they're just supposed to be little silver buttons on the jacket. It's got the little silver stripe going down. The P1 with all of the Japanese lettering. He's got another P1 there on the side of the jacket. It's a very nice clean jacket. I love the blue t-shirt. Looking at some of the designs on the gloves, I'm very excited to have this for this reason, because I can finally do his entrance proper. It'll be a really nice detail. Sadly, they don't ever put the Phenomenal 1 detail on the inside of the gloves for the mic holding hands, but that doesn't tend to bother me that much. I do at least appreciate the fact that you've got the glove mold decal on there, and you've got the little P1 decal on top of it. And what I mean by the glove decal, like if you can tell, there's like little grooves and stuff like that on the top half of the gloves. Just really nice detail all around. What you would expect for an Ultimate Edition figure, right? At least that's what I'd say. And now looking at the AJ Styles attire and everything going around, I'm sure plenty of you have seen this figure on YouTube and stuff getting reviewed. So I'm not going to be the first one to do it, but I don't know, maybe my opinion on this figure is a little bit different compared to everyone else's. I really love the way the blue and the white mashes together. If you watched my Shelton Benjamin review, you would know I'm a very big mark for blue attires. I love any color of blue, no matter what blue it is. I just love it. So seeing a blue Ultimate Edition AJ Styles, I loved this gear when he wore it. Wasn't this gear the gear he wore at the WrestleMania? I don't think it was from this year, but last year, where he like smacked his face on the star and everything and ended up bleeding. That would have been a cool alternative head sculpt to get, because he like cut open his cheek. Oh, my lights just kind of decided to power down for a quick second. That's because I've got my AC on. It's a very hot day outside, so it's very warm inside the house as I'm doing this review. But all the joints and all the like posability on this guy is really nice. It's pretty smooth, but yet it's tight, you know what I mean? This isn't a figure I see getting loose on me here in the next like 4 weeks. And I'm happy about that, because the Cody Rhodes Supreme Edition, hopefully I can get my phone to stand up as I pop this leg back into place. Oh, this is weird. Okay, there we go. I don't know why that wouldn't pop back into place. I'm not used to the hip joints that they put in the newer Ultimate Editions, because they have the drop down hip joints. And these ones are a little bit stiffer on this one compared to the Ultimate Edition Brock Lesnar, for instance. Because day one since I took this Brock Lesnar out of the package, not that it's loose in the legs, but I've never had a problem like popping the leg back up into the hip with this Brock Lesnar. But you know, well, I have them out. Let's do a little bit of a figure comparison. You know, the size proportion I'd say is really good on these two. Only thing that I am a little bit sad about when it comes to the AJ figure is the fact that we don't get any like chest hair and or just body hair in general, because I don't really recall too many of his too many of his elite figures not including that, so to not see it here is a little weird. But just to have a little bit more of a classic Ultimate Edition comparison, because I have the Ultimate Edition Fiend Bray Wyatt. These are the only 3 Ultimate Editions I own as of this moment. And honestly, I'm fairly happy with how my Ultimate Edition collection's going so far. These are all 3 characters I either don't have a big collection on, and or just that I really love, and I'm happy that I have them in action figure form. And just to get a little bit more comparisons in before I get into like the rating of the figure and stuff of that nature, we'll get the Shelton Benjamin in that I was talking about yesterday. Yeah, that I reviewed yesterday and was talking about a few minutes ago. Man, I just love the contrast. The contrast in blues here. You've got the darker blue, then you've got the baby blue, the nice like light blue. And then just because I don't have the other Supreme open yet, because that I do have mocked, there's the Supreme Cody next to the Supreme AJ. Again, very beautiful figure, very good in like the scale department. Maybe not the Johnny Hungy so much. I don't know. I mean, I feel like he'd be a little bit tinier, but maybe he's not so much tinier compared to AJ Styles. I also kind of have him standing a little funky. And then last but not least, we've got Hangman Adam Page and his... Hangman Adam Page is the only one that didn't want to stand up properly. That's fine, I had to move the AJ Styles to get him a little bit closer anyway. But I've got the Walmart exclusive Hangman Adam Page in his little button-up dress shirt and his cowboy boots and jeans, which I think I'm gonna use the jeans and the boots look with his like wrist tape and stuff like that instead of using his actual wrestling attire, because his bottom half on this figure actually stays posable. It doesn't get too loose after so long, unlike his first couple of figures where they get extremely loose, and the legs especially. But yeah, you know, those are some great like action figure comparisons. Seeing some of the Ultimate Editions and some of the AEW figures up next to each other, they're really nice in scale for the most part. Some of them are a little iffy, but not all of them. But yeah, why don't we get into rating this figure and stuff like that. I'm just gonna put some of the accessories back on them, and yeah, we'll rate the figure and we'll wrap this video up. Alrighty, you guys, I was gonna try to do this pose with the jacket on him for the final review, but sadly I couldn't really get the P1 hands to sit in front of each other at all as well as I was hoping to, even without the jacket on, because like the hands just won't stay in place. Like maybe I gotta work the butterfly joints out a little bit. Maybe they're just still fairly new, because the guy said he only had this in like display areas. He never like opened it to play with it or anything, and the only reason why he ended up selling it loose and not mock was because the package ended up getting damaged, so he didn't feel the need to waste the time in trying to get extra money for a damaged box when he could have just sold the figure loose for just a tad less money. And well, I wound up with the AJ Styles. All in all, I love the detail on the figure, including like small little details with like the baby blue and the white P1 on the elbow pad. The only thing that is a little weird, I feel like he normally has like a P1 on the armband, but maybe it was just a normal plain black one on this attire, I don't know. But the attire is really clean. The articulation is very well. It all flows together properly. The only thing that is maybe a little weird about the Ultimate Edition AJ Styles is the placement of the tattoo on his rib cage, but honestly, I can get over that. That doesn't bug me too much when he's got the great articulation that he does with the Ultimate Edition articulation. Of course, he's got the little toe pivots and stuff like that. Of course, there's like that little tiny detail on the knee pad too, but that's not the biggest ordeal either. Honestly, this figure is a good solid like 8 out of 10. Maybe even 8.5 out of 10. If anything, I would have just loved to have seen maybe even just like a pair of Too Sweet hands, even if he didn't really do like the Too Sweet hand gesture at the time. I feel like that just would have topped this figure off the right way, giving it the extra points that it really deserves. That and the chest hair, that's also another thing that kind of sets this figure back just a little bit. But I'm happy to see that this figure and his most recent Elite have accurate looking torsos for AJ Styles. They don't look small, because he is a pretty jacked dude. He's just not a big tall dude, you know what I mean? AJ Styles has always just been like a more lean, fit guy. But on that note, if I'm gonna give him an 8.5 out of 10, I feel like it'd only be right to give him a solid, well, we'll say a 4 out of 5 stars. Now that I'm thinking about it, did I say 8 out of 10 stars earlier? Never mind that. But all in all, this figure, I would put it on a go buy it list. If you see it in stores, grab it while you can, because who knows how long you'll be able to find this AJ Styles for a reasonable price before he starts popping up in price, you know what I mean? But on that note, I think we're gonna wrap this video up. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, you won't hurt my feelings. If you dislike it, oh well. But if you did like the content, subscribe for future content such as action figure reviews and pick fed episodes. Sorry, I had a little brain fart there for a second. I couldn't think of what I wanted to say. But I have another episode of the Pick Fed I plan on releasing here soon. Oh, I didn't realize Brock was sitting like right in front of the Fiend's face. Anyway, that didn't really matter for this. I should have another episode of the Pick Fed out fairly soon. I'm just about like halfway done with it. I know if you look over here, you still see that Walter sitting in the same spot, so you're probably like, how so? Well, this is like the third match out of the 4 matches I wanted to do for the next episode. And on top of that, I've already started to do the editing for it. So hopefully that should be out as soon as possible after the next review, which comes after this figure, or maybe comes after the next figure I review. I don't know. It depends on how I plan on trying to release these, as I don't necessarily have a plan for these next 2 figures. Oh, and then my lamp starts to power down again. Gotta love the AC unit being on. Anyway, I think I got everything out that I wanted to say. So, yeah, on that note, just subscribe for future content, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out, you guys.